Hello, welcome back to Gooner Fanzine TV. After a majestic 2-0 win, we finally got some points on the board, lads. We finally got some points. What a happy day that was, wasn't it?
I can't believe you just described the 2-0 win over Southampton as majestic.
Well, our two performances prior have been anything but majestic. You know, today we came in, our away form has been great. That was Arteta's first away win. So it's all sort of starting to come together. But, I mean, we'll start with the obvious point. We'll start with the obvious man. We'll start with Eddie Nketiah. He had a great game today.
Yeah, he did. He was really good. Obviously, he's in a bit of a battle with Lacazette for that starting spot. But, yeah, he really worked hard. Obviously, got a goal, which was a bit fortuitous. But, you know, it shows how his hard work pays off when he's pressing the goalkeeper like that. I think he said after the game that he's tried that 100 times, chasing the goalkeeper down. It's only the first time it's come off. So it shows that persistence really does pay off. Yeah, I thought it was really good. Hope to see more of him in the future.
And Glenn, you've obviously been on the Lacazette's not been great train. And was it good seeing Eddie Nketiah getting some goal time, getting some good minutes?
Yeah, you know, like we discussed the other night, I think we've got to look at these young players and he seems to be there. I like his movement. I like his closing stuff down, you know, which the goal came from. Yeah, lots of positives from him today.
I've got a good Nketiah stat for you as well. Would you like to hear this? So Nketiah, that goal makes him the first ever Arsenal player to score away from home, against Southampton and Portsmouth in the second season. There you go.
I love it, Dan.
Yeah. I think Leif tweeted something about he's only the third Arsenal player to score a competitive goal in the month of June as well, which is another good one. But
well, anyway. A player that I think deserves all the plaudits today and was even given the man of the match award by Adam Smith himself was Rob Holding. He was absolutely magnificent today and actually looked like we might actually have a solid centre-back for once.
Yeah, I thought it was immense today. I lost count of the amount of crosses that he got his head on. It always seemed to be him getting the ball away. Obviously, he's had his injury problems, but hopefully this can be the start of him having a good run in the side, getting some form together and becoming a regular, because I think he's got enough talent there to be a good player for Arsenal. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, I thought it was really good today. I
mean, Glenn, you've been watching Arsenal and you've seen us with some pretty good centre-backs over the years. How did you think Rob Holding did today? Well,
I've always had a lot of faith in him, but he's never been allowed that sort of, you know, injury-free run or for whatever reason, a prolonged sort of time at the back. I actually started casting my mind back to when we were looking pretty solid when he got injured at Old Trafford. Seems such a long time ago. I know I keep saying that, but the previous season, I was actually having to check my dates. But when we lost him then, you know, we sort of like started to fall away. We were just building up a bit of solidity. But today he did look back on song. So hopefully he'll be the man that we sort of build it around. And with the guy we got coming in next season, you never know. We might have a pairing.
I think we looked a lot better with our back three as well. Obviously, he had Mustafi and Tierney next to him, which is a bit unorthodox when a left back at centre back, but I think it did make us a lot more solid.
Well, it seems Arteta has chosen to have Mustafi as the main centre back now, and he tried David Luiz for a bit. Now he's trying Rob Holding for a bit, and it seems to be Mustafi's the mainstay of our defence, which a sentence I never thought I'd be saying again.
No, we said that on Monday, didn't we? But I just think maybe he's just telling him to just keep it as simple as possible. You know, just play to your very limited strengths and just do some sort of functional job. So, you know, tonight it worked all right. I know it was Southampton, but we've not got the best of records down there lately. So a clean sheet and a 2-0 win's decent.
Yeah, I think the only thing with Mustafi is obviously it's very difficult to coach mistakes out of people. It comes through concentration and things like that. So, you know, against Sheffield United, he might make a terrible mistake and go back to his old self. That's just the kind of player he is. So, yeah, hopefully he can just keep a consistent run of form going.
Well, obviously, you know, Tierney we missed him for a long part of the season. He's finally come back. And as you said, he kind of played a strange left-back, centre-back role today, which I think massively helped us in that second half specifically, because Southampton were really gunning for our second half. And having him there made a huge difference. And I think that's probably why he actually got the cramp, because he was doing so much running and so much covering that he actually showed us that he is such a versatile player that he really can fulfil any role we need him to.
Yeah, I panicked when I saw him on his back. You know, I know it was cramped, but you can never tell with that kid. But yeah, he's definitely one to be wrapped in cotton wool. We have to keep him fit and hold him fit, and then we'll have, you know, half a chance of having half a decent defence.
But Another player who we haven't really seen a huge amount of in the league was Martinez, and I thought he actually had a cracking game today. I thought he managed to fill in Leno's role pretty well. He managed to master the defence, and he did something we've been calling out for a long time. He did lots of long balls. Some of them really well.
That pass to Aubameyang in the second half was ridiculous. It was like with the outside of his foot as well.
But I mean, there's one point, I don't know if you saw it, where he managed to collect the ball and he ran forward to front of the box, and he looked very annoyed, the rest of the team, that they weren't moving forward because he wanted to lump another long ball into the box. But I mean, do you think he's got enough in him to sort of stay clean sheets for the rest of the season?
Well, I don't think he's on Leno's level. No disrespect to him, but I think in terms of backup goalkeepers, pretty solid. Made a decent save late in the second half, I think, from Shane Long, wasn't it? They did well to get on the second ball. Yeah. I don't think he had that many saves to make, many difficult saves to make. But he did command the box quite well. He came for a number of crosses to kind of take the pressure off, which was good to see. So, yeah, I mean, obviously Leno's a big miss, but I think to the end of the season, Martinez will do a decent enough job.
And Glenn, you've obviously seen some of the greatest goalkeepers of the Arsenal generation going back many years. How did Martinez rank for you?
Well, it's early days yet. We touched on the Frankfurt game when someone said, I can't remember, that he had a very good game. I pointed out that I remember he was distributing the ball well. But what I did like today, I don't know whether Arteta had just sort of gone back to basics and said, if anyone's uncertain, just do the simple things first. And first thing I said, was that Martinez, he's not messing about. If he could see that this sort of playing it out from the back wasn't working out, like you say, it was going down the middle or whatever. But I know it's a little agricultural, but I'd rather that safety first attitude than getting ourselves into trouble. Long term, let's see how he pans out. But there have been glimpses in the past that there's a decent keeper there. So let's hope we keep the clean sheets. Might be interesting Sunday.
That was only his 8th league start as well. I think he's been at the club 10 years now. So it would be nice for him to get a run of league games under his belt.
Yeah.
Well, a player that's obviously our club captain, everyone loves him, Aubameyang. Today was the first time he hasn't scored in 4 games for a very, very long time, not since his early Dortmund days. And I think, but even though he didn't score today, I think he still looked quite lively and was quite an important part of our attack and giving space over to Eddie and other players up the front. What did you think of his performance today, Dan?
Well, as you say, it's the first time he's not scored in 4 consecutive league games since, I think, November 2014. So quite a long spell. Obviously, 1 goal and 50 Premier League goals as well. So he would have been desperate to get the score sheet. But I'd like to know how unselfish his play was. I think there was a poor second half when he could have had a shot on goal, and instead he tried to square it when he was in a better position. So, yeah, that unselfish play is a really good thing to see. Worked really hard as well, looked lively on the counter-attack. So, yeah, obviously it's frustrating they didn't get that goal that he wanted, but his team play was brilliant.
He was close, wasn't he, with a sending off. It was a great show of pace to get in front of the player. I mean, I don't think there's any dispute about the red card.
No.
That led to the goal, didn't it? That was the free kick.
Yeah, the free kick, yeah.
Well, I think one of the important things today that he wasn't on the pitch was the fact that Guendouzi wasn't on the pitch, wasn't on the subs, and wasn't selected. Arteta claimed it was for team selection, but I think we all know it was discipline. I think that shows a really strong stamp of authority from him, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to do a downer on the kid, but I was quite pleased not to see him out there. I just think he's too frenetic, too indisciplined at the moment. Maybe a bit of time sitting there watching what's going on the pitch, may get his head together. But it's a wise decision from Arteta, and it's good to see.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think very much it was put on the naughty step today, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, we've got a bit of a break for the league now. On Sunday, we've got Sheffield United in the FA Cup. Do you think we should go into the team with the same team structure, go into that game with this team, or should we try and change it up, bring Willock into the first team?
He's still rotating like a pre-season, I think, despite all the...
I don't think he's got a lot of choice, though, has he?
No. I know whether we touch on him or not. I've got a funny feeling Ozil might play on Sunday.
Well, we did see Ozil in the benches with his delightful sun parasol today. I think, Dan, you had some strong views on those parasols.
That's just ridiculous. Why? What's the point? All he needed was like a 1930s swimming costume. He would look like he's at Blackpool. It was ridiculous. I'm not having that. Yeah, it's a bit warm, whatever. Nobody else had one. He looked like he just 99 with a flake, sitting on the beach, enjoying his life. Come on, you're a footballer, man.
I do like the fact Socrates didn't need one. He's so used to the hot weather, it wasn't necessary for him.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
It's the McLaren thing, isn't it? No one looks good on the touchline with an umbrella, so, you know, the people not learn from the past.
Well, at least it was raining when McLaren had his umbrella. Flipping ridiculous. If I see that again, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, Dan might not be happy about the umbrellas, but I think we're all pretty happy with the 3 points to the Arsenal. It puts us into 9th now, so we're in touching distance of European points.
Yeah, the dream's back on, boys.
Oh, stop it.
I'm going to talk to Dan shortly, and we're going to rate some of the major players and go through the player ratings. But don't forget to click that like and subscribe button.